The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its light cutting through the dim morning gloom. A message from my wife blinked on the screen. Spa weekend with friends. No signal there. I read it twice, thumb hovering over the reply button. The words seemed ordinary, yet something about them felt off, like a key that almost fit but refused to turn. Without thinking, I typed, "Say hi to Jake for me," and hit send. Jake, her old college friend, always showing up in photos, his grin just a little too knowing. She hadn't mentioned him in years, and yet the name slipped out of me as if it had always belonged there. I set the phone down and stared out the window. The autumn wind swirled leaves across the driveway, but did nothing to ease the tightness in my chest. That weekend, the house felt eerily quiet. I tried filling the silence with chores, mowing the lawn, fixing a dripping faucet. Anything to keep my hands busy. My mind, however, refused to rest. I kept replaying her message over and over. No signal. That spa, her favorite retreat, was hardly unreachable. Last summer, we'd been there together, drinks in hand, her phone never leaving her side. I shook my head, tried to laugh it off. Paranoia? Surely. She was probably just laughing with friends, enjoying facials and wine. But Jake's name clung to my thoughts like a shadow I couldn't shake. By Saturday evening, I couldn't stand it any longer. I grabbed my phone, scrolling through old messages for any clue I might have missed. Nothing unusual. Her texts were mundane, work updates, grocery lists, school notices. Out of habit, I opened her social media. Her last post, a blurred sunset at the spa, caption bliss. No group photos, no mention of friends. My stomach churned. I typed Jake's name into the search bar. His profile was locked, a generic mountain photo staring back at me. Frustrated, I threw the phone onto the couch and poured a whiskey. The burn wasn't just on my throat. It sank straight into my chest. Sunday morning brought no relief. The kids were at their grandparents', leaving me alone with my thoughts. I tried calling her, straight to voicemail. Her cheerful voice promised a call back, but I paced the living room, each step echoing through the emptiness. Why had I said Jake's name? Was it harmless teasing, or a trap I'd set for myself? Desperate for clarity, I left the house and walked through the park. Families laughed. Children darted through piles of fallen leaves, but only deepened my sense of disconnection, as though I were watching someone else's life unfold. When I returned home, a new message waited. Back early. Home soon. No mention of Jake. No explanation for the no-signal excuse. I stared at it, trying to read between the lines. Was she hurrying back for me, or for some other reason entirely? I wanted to believe in innocence, but unease lingered like a cold shadow. I began dinner with unusual focus, chopping vegetables as though the motion could carve away my worry. By the time she walked in, damp from a shower, the knot in my chest had eased slightly. "Missed you," she said, dropping her bag and wrapping her arms around me. I returned the hug, scanning for any flicker of guilt, any hidden relief, but found only her familiar warmth. She chatted about the spa, the sauna, her friends' little dramas. Jake never came up. I didn't mention him either. I just nodded, smiled, and handed her a glass of wine. Dinner passed quietly. The empty chair was a reminder of our rare alone time. Her hand found mine across the table. "You okay?" she asked, brow furrowed. I squeezed her fingers. "Just missed you." The words felt incomplete, even evasive, but easier than prying for answers. She smiled, and for a fleeting moment, the weekend's tension dissolved, leaving only the ordinary intimacy of shared space. Shared meals. Later, lying in bed, her steady breathing beside me, I stared at the ceiling. The house was quiet again, but this time the silence felt different. It was ours. I didn't know if I'd ever ask about Jake, or if I even needed to. Maybe he was just a name, a ghost conjured by my own imagination. As I closed my eyes, I promised myself this. Focus less on messages and more on us, less on signals and more on trust. Perhaps that alone would be enough.